This video contains an ad for Baksu. More about them later. I love to go for walks or hikes, and very often when I'm outside I see things that just tickles my brain in just the right way, and so I get inspired and I want to paint right there and then. But I never have any painting supplies with me, and also I'm not there to paint anyway, and so I take a picture in the hopes that I can pick it up again later and regain some of that inspiration. Spoiler alert, I never do. But that ends today because I've decided to go on a real painting adventure. I'll be bringing a canvas and paint with me at all times, no matter if I'm on the road, in the middle of the forest, or days into hiking in a mountain. The point is, if I get inspired, I stop and I paint. I have no idea where this is gonna take us, or even what the result is gonna be. I mean, I don't even know how I'm gonna be able to carry a huge canvas around in nature. Yep, it's a piece of cardboard. I didn't actually have any canvas, so I have to get that on the way. All I know is that I am super excited to get going. Oh, and Hansi and Nori will be joining me. Let's go! We're finally on the road, and as I mentioned, I don't actually have any canvas. So that's the first stop, the hobby store. We have like a rough plan of where we want to go, just because it's nice to have some ideas so we don't end up just driving in circles or not going anywhere. So today we are aiming for Heddal Stave Church. We're probably gonna be there pretty late and just set up camp and start painting tomorrow. But the point is, if I see somewhere beautiful on the way, we stop there instead. So I don't know where we end up. We'll have to see. But that's at least the plan for now. So we just arrived at our first destination. It's now 9 o'clock. We didn't really get to the Stave Church today as we wanted, but it's like right down the road here. So we just found this beautiful camping spot in the middle of the forest. So yeah, I think for tonight we can just chill here a bit. It's a bit rainy. It's nice and cozy. Go for a walk maybe, eat some food, cook in the van, and stay the first night in the van. Just look at this happy boy. Gonna be outside for so long. Gonna be amazing.
Tense conversation, like two-way street of...
It's like 11 o'clock or something, and it's still light outside. I know a lot of you in the comments don't believe me when I say this, but yes, it's still light at 11. So we're gonna sign out. Good night. Nori, can you say good night? No. Good night. See you tomorrow. Good morning! Oh my god, I slept so well last night. It was just raining a bunch and just hammering down on the roof of the van. I'm so ready to get going and get started on the first painting. Hey, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Full tank.
Let's go.
Wait for me. Hello! Okay, so we just got to the Stave Church, and I think we really underestimated how many tourists would actually be here. I think I'm gonna be a bit awkward standing here painting with this many people around. So I think we just have to scout the area and see if we can find somewhere where I'm not a nuisance for anyone. So we'll see. Look how freaking beautiful this building is. I mean, it's impossible not to get inspired when looking at this. And the shingles, man, the shingles! They're gorgeous! We actually found a spot right under this tree, so if it begins raining a bit, then we have some coverage. So the plan is just to set up the canvas there, try to paint the Stave Church over there, and hope it doesn't start raining. This feels so weird, and it's way out of my comfort zone, standing in public and painting. I think my idea for this painting is to try to paint the Stave Church as it is, but with a little bit of abstraction, and try to do a sort of black, yellow, gray color combo, so you have a gray dramatic sky and then the Stave Church in the middle and maybe like a wheat field in the front. I just want to try to convey how dramatic and how beautiful this church is, which is a very difficult task, but I'm gonna try my best. So First painting! Let's go! Okay, so that's the progress so far today. I've been painting for quite a few hours now, basically like half a day or maybe more. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking so far. There are still some details I would like to add, at least on the stave church itself, just some finishing touches. But the thing is, there are some very scary looking clouds headed this way. I think it might rain, so I don't want to take any chances. I think we're just gonna pack things up and drive for a couple of hours so we can get pretty far, and then I'll just finish this painting up tomorrow morning, wherever that might be, and I'll just take a reference photo of the church today so we can bring that with us. But oh my god, it's been a great beginning to this trip. And I can't wait to keep painting. So yeah, let's pack up and get back on the road. This has been such a nice and inspiring and fun and weird day all at once. It was a strange experience standing in front of people painting like that. It was like, I felt like I was very much on display. I could just feel the presence of people behind me looking over my shoulder like, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? Kind of anxiety from that, but it was also kind of fun. Like, there were a couple of people who came up to me just talking about my painting, complimenting me, and it was super sweet. Overall, fun experience. Would do again, even though it was very much out of my comfort zone. We found the camping spot, guys, and just look at these mountains. Perfect spot. So now it's just time for some dinner and then go to bed because it's already pretty late. It's like 10 o'clock. And then more painting tomorrow.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. So good. We found the perfect painting spot right next to our camping spot. I mean, just look at this place. It's absolutely beautiful. So I thought I could try to finish up the painting I started yesterday, right here before we move on for the day. So let's finish this up. It feels so nice to have finished the first painting, although there were some things I wasn't super happy with because I really struggle with painting buildings and textures, which there were a lot of in this painting, but it feels really nice to be done with the first painting. Right now we're driving over these absolutely beautiful snowy mountains to get to the western part of Norway. We're aiming for Odda today, where we're gonna set up camp, and then hopefully tomorrow we can climb that mountain that I really want to get to. So today is mainly prep work, so we can get to the mountaintop as fast as possible tomorrow morning. We just got to the camping spot and my god, just look at this. Another beautiful place. And by the way, the mountain we're thinking of climbing is that one. And as far as I can remember, it's 1,080 meters above sea level, and that's sea level. So it's a real difficult climb, I think. I think it's gonna be brutal. But that's a problem for tomorrow. Tonight is packing the bags and just relaxing before tomorrow's hike. It's now 9:30. We've just started walking to get to the top of the mountain. So I'm very curious to see how much time we're gonna spend. This part is the steepest thing. My legs are burning. I can barely breathe. But it's a beautiful forest. I mean, it looks like a jungle or something. I thought Norway would be the one to struggle with these hills. Turns out it's me. Let's continue. I think that was, if not the one of the toughest climbs I've ever done, but that was definitely worth it. Just look how beautiful this place is. I mean, the waterfall, the clear water, and just, it's so massive. I feel this big right now. And the air too. It's nothing like the air you smell up here. But we still have, I think that was a 600 meter climb only, and we still have like 400 left. But I really need to catch my breath, just relax for a little bit, maybe grab a bite to eat before we do the rest of this climb. So in the meantime, I'm really gonna enjoy this view. I can't appreciate it right now. Maybe later. I'm literally climbing to get up here. Hey guys!
Hello!
Okay. I have never been on top of a mountain in a fjord before, and my god, it feels so nice to finally be at the top. Just look at this landscape! It's ridiculous! The only problem with the top here, it is very windy and very cold, so we have to just go back down a little bit just to find a place where my canvas won't just, you know, take off on its own. So we're gonna go back down a bit, find a camping spot and a painting spot, but I'm just gonna enjoy the view for 2 seconds first. Quick update, while we were setting up the tent, the rain came. That I was really hoping wouldn't come here, but I don't know, it might still pass, so I might still get some time to paint. But I think we should just make some coffee in the meantime. I just put up my easel and my canvas and everything, and then suddenly this is approaching. What looks like a rainstorm. It's weird because I'm feeling very inspired, but also super exhausted, and now the rain is coming, so I think we have to just chill in the tent for now. All I know is rain is approaching. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a little disappointed. Like, taking the trip up here was worth it in itself because it was an absolutely amazing walk and an absolutely amazing view. I'm not saying that, I had such high hopes for painting up here because I think it could look really cool and it would be a really fun and awesome experience, but it's just not feasible with the wind and with the potential of this much rain. I think it could work with good weather, but as it is now, it's not gonna be a nice experience. So I'm just gonna cocoon in my sleeping bag instead and stew in my disappointment. No, I'm kidding. It's been nice, but I wish I could have, you know, shown you guys a super cool painting like sequence because it would be so awesome. So I'm a little sad. That's all. It's now the morning after. We had a great night. It was super windy and very light, but I slept pretty well. The problem now is that the rain is gonna arrive in a couple of hours time and it's gonna rain for like 5 days. So it just doesn't make any sense to stay here and hope for better weather. I'm really sad that it didn't work out and that I didn't get to paint here, but you can't argue with nature. So we just gotta pack up and go back down, and I'll try to bring my inspiration I got from this hike with me back down again. Yesterday we got back down from the mountain and our original plan was actually to drive north in Norway, but just to be sure we checked the weather forecast, and what do you know? Turns out it's gonna rain all over Norway except for the south. So we decided, okay, you know what, let's go south, let's try to find the sun. So now we're in Kristiansand instead. Change of plans. But the thing is, I don't want to paint anything from the park here. Like, I feel it's almost unfair to the whole trip to the mountain and to the view of the mountain to not paint it. I want to try to capture the feeling I felt at the top of that mountain, just the massiveness of the mountains and the feeling this big in this giant landscape. So I have some pictures of the view that I want to try to paint. So yeah, I know it's not really in the spirit of the trip to not paint at the location, but I don't know, I really want to paint those mountains. That's all. second painting is finished and I'm actually pretty happy with the end result. I think it turned out pretty cute. So right now we are on our way to a new location where I'm pretty sure we won't have any rain, so finally maybe we can do some proper plein air painting, which is what I really want to do. But first we have to drive for a couple of hours. We're currently at Tynset, which is this little town that Hans' father grew up in, and when he was a kid he used to go here to this shieling over there every summer. And the same with Hans' father and him has been going fishing every summer, and I've been coming with them as well. And it's just this super lovely and nice place, and it's become really special to me. The reason I wanted to go here is because, especially in the evenings, it's such a great and moody place. Like with the lake over there, this mist forms that just creeps over the lake, and it's kind of like spooky and creepy, but I just love the mood of this place and it's absolutely beautiful. So I really wanted to go here and try to capture that moodiness in a painting. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk around this lake a little, try to find a spot where I just feel it, you know, before I start like dragging my paint and my canvas and everything to that spot. Those are raindrops? Are you kidding me? No. Please let it just be a couple of drops. Okay, I will continue my walk nonetheless and try to find a spot. I think this might be the spot. I mean, I really like it because you have the grass in the water in the front here, and you have a nice view over the lake there, and also you have these like bushes in the foreground. It's not the best place to stand because the ground is very uneven, but you know, the easel I have is very adjustable, so I think I will be able to set it up. I just have to go back over to the other side of the lake and get my painting supplies and then bring it back here and set it up. At least it doesn't seem like it's gonna rain anymore, so that's a positive. Let's just hope it keeps up that way. In Norwegian folklore, there's this creature called Nøkken, which is a very weird name for a creature, but it's said to be a creature that lives in rivers and lakes, and he tries to lure you into the water to, you know, off you. I can't help but feeling, especially at night when the lake is covered in a layer of mist, that Nøkken is just lurking somewhere in the water. There's this painting by Theodor Kittelsen, which is super inspiring. It's very simplistic, but he's just the king of like Norwegian folklore paintings. I thought, as sort of an ode to him and an ode to this place, which I absolutely love, it would be kind of cool to incorporate some of the elements from that painting and try to put it into this landscape and try to capture that creepy feeling I get when I walk around this lake at night. So we're currently at Sognefjellet, which is this beautiful mountain pass between the western and eastern part of Norway, because I really wanted to paint here, but there's so much fog, so we just gotta wait here for a little bit to see if the fog might lift. Hopefully. It's been a couple of hours now, and still no change. There's just fog and rain, but you know, there's plenty of beautiful places around here, so I think we should just move on and try to find something else. We found a spot where it's not raining and there's no fog, and finally I can paint in the mountains! This is my redemption story! So I'm gonna carry all my painting supplies like right over there, so I can paint the beautiful mountains over there. Finally! I actually think this is my favorite painting so far on this whole trip. I spent about 4 hours on it, approximately. I think I would have liked to spend more time on it, but the problem is there are so many practical things that just make it very difficult. Like, first of all, my hands are so cold, and I've been running in circles here trying to keep my heat, like, ugh! This is why not many people paint in the mountains, I assume. And secondly, like, it's getting late. I want to go to the store, buy some food. We gotta get going, find a place to camp. There's many practical things around traveling like this and trying to paint in different places that just, I don't know, rush things a bit. I don't know, maybe I'll revisit this idea in the future and spend more time on it and try to repaint it. But for now, I'm pretty happy with it. So let's pack up so I can get the heat back. Okay guys, you know what time it is? It's time for an ad for Baksu. If you haven't heard about them before, Baksu is a monthly subscription service that delivers premium Japanese snacks and tea that's been sourced directly from small family businesses in Japan. Now, I've been to Japan once, and one of the many amazing things I remember about the trip was the food. I mean, there were just so many delicious and also weird dishes and snacks I'd never tasted before, which is what these boxes provide. You get a little bit of culture through the snacks, and also it comes with a booklet that tells you more about the theme of the box. Because each box has a new theme, so for example, this month's theme is Midori Moments, which by the way means green moments, which I learned from the booklet, and it contains all sorts of green snacks with flavors like matcha, wasabi, and green tea. My personal favorites from this one were definitely the Tokushima Sudachi gummies and Kudamono Kotoba jellies. Oh, so good. I mean, I'm a sucker for sweets. I can't help it. So if you think this sounds interesting, you can try some of these awesome Japanese snacks by clicking the link below and using our code to get $15 off your first order. And back to the project. It's actually been a couple of days since we left the mountains, and we've just been driving around looking at beautiful places, and I finally found the next painting I want to paint, which is this absolutely gorgeous waterfall over there. And you know, we finally have nice weather. The only downside is there's a lot of wind. Like, it's super windy, but I'm not complaining. We have sun, so we're gonna deal with the wind. So I'm just gonna pack up all my painting supplies and we can go to the waterfall to finish the final painting. That is freaking terrifying and beautiful at the same time. So cold, but the final painting is done. Oh my god, it feels so nice. Oh, I think Norway wants to go as well. Yes, okay. We've been away for a long time. It feels like months at this point, but it feels nice to have been outside, you know, to paint. I just want to get packed up because my hands are falling off so I can get some keys back, and then maybe I'll have time to reflect some more once I get the meat back. It feels so weird to be back here, like I'm out of practice. It feels like I've been gone for months, even though it's been like, what, 10, 11, 12 days? I feel so rejuvenated, and I'm so grateful and happy that I got to go on this trip and try painting in nature, like properly for the first time. It was a super fun experience, and I think I got some pretty nice paintings out of this. I have to admit, at some points, going on a trip like this, I think I idealized it a bit in my head before going, because you just see this perfect vision of going into nature and everything is gonna be great. But there's always gonna be practical things like, you know, the weather, or just practical things with the van, trying to find spots to camp, all these things surrounding the trip itself that can kind of dampen down the creativity a bit. But overall, I had an absolutely amazing trip, and I really felt like I got a lot out of it. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and of course a huge thank you to our patrons for continuing to support us, which enables me to do awesome stuff like this. And also, if you didn't know, our patrons get access to a slightly extended version of our videos, which is basically our uncut videos, as well as like a behind the scenes video once a month where we answer your questions about our projects and some more stuff about us. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave a link to our Patreon down below. So yeah, thanks for watching, and now you know it's time. As always, let's have a look at the final result. Why has the snap become a part of this outro? I don't know when that happened, but it is now.